So law number 2, the law of compensation. Tell me about that one.
Okay, so law of compensation ultimately deals with how much money do you make. And it correlates to you make more money by serving more people. The more people you serve, the more money you should make. So who in our society makes the most amount of money? What type of personalities or people would you say make the most amount of money? Celebrities, athletes, business owners, right? You take celebrities, they make the most amount of money. Why? Because who's their audience? Millions and millions of people.
Right.
Athletes also make a lot of money. You take basketball players, baseball players, hockey, whatever industry you could think of, or
Right.
field, sport.
They are serving a lot of people.
They're serving
who
a
get
lot
to
of people,
benefit from
entertainment
watching them.
industry,
Yeah.
right. So they make the most amount of money. Well, you get down to business owners, well, they're running a company. They make a lot of money too, but they're at the top of their food chain.
Right.
So you got to see whoever's at the top of their food chain makes the most amount of money. So the more people you can find a way to serve, the more money you make.
Right.
So
But wouldn't you say that some of the people who are at the top of the food chain are not really serving people? Like maybe some of them are taking advantage of other people, or?
some of them, it's kind of like that adage of you see somebody get promoted, you're trying to figure out how in the world did they get promoted? They're so stupid. And they keep seeming to get promoted because that's just right, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are always exceptions to the
Sure.
rule. But if you look at it and you say, okay, well, how can I serve others, right? Law of value.
Yeah.
Now we get into the law of compensation. How can I serve more people at one time? What could I do that would impact more people at once?
Sure.
Yeah, I know we
Because
have some CEOs.
if your whole world, like you're in one job that impacts 5 people around you, and then you go home to your family and that's your whole world, then according to the law of compensation, I'm not going to be that successful.
Correct.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Monetarily.
Yeah, monetarily. Okay.
You may be extremely successful, satisfied, and emotionally
Sure.
fulfilled.
Sure. But if it's my goal to make a lot of compensation, then I should figure out how to impact by serving a lot of other people.
Right. How can you, that's
to
why
broaden your
inventors
circle.
are always looking at, well, what can I do that's going to build a better mousetrap or is going to impact multiple million of people?
Yeah. Any suggestions on how EITs can do that? How they can increase the number of people that they're serving?
Yeah, actually, it's look for where there's a problem in whatever you do or whoever you work with or wherever you see there's a problem. How do you make that better?
Sure.
Because when you become, it's kind of like becoming maybe a team player where, some companies will have a suggestion box. But you could also come up and say, hey, look, I looked at the problem here. I know that this is what we're doing, but really if we did it this way, it might work better. Now, sometimes somebody may be receptive, sometimes they may not. But at least you're putting forth the effort trying to show. Sometimes if you can prove to them, it's like if somebody in one of my companies comes up to me and says, Mike, we got a problem. Well, first off, don't ever come to me with the problem unless you have at least 3 solutions. I don't want to hear it. Because all you're doing is dumping the monkey off your back and putting it on my back. No, we're not going to do that. I want to self-empower you. So you come up with 3 solutions.
Yeah.
Then you come to me, Mike, here's the problem. Here's some solutions I came up with. Now, I may not want any of your solutions, but at least you came up with 3.
Sure. I like that. Okay.
Right? So come up with some different ideas of how to solve a problem that you see. And it may not even be a problem in a company that you're working with, but you help somebody else. People remember people that help them.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yep. Okay, so to sum up the law of compensation, the more successful you are is by the more people that you serve.
More people that you serve, correct.
Okay, and then you will be wealthier.
Well, you actually get the money. You may say, well, gosh,
make
I'm
more
serving
money,
a lot of people
generally.
right now, but
Yeah.
I'm not getting,
Yeah.
much bang for it or whatever. But
Yeah.
it does happen.
Yeah, and these laws don't hold up in every circumstance in the world. As a nonprofit leader, even if I serve 1 million people, it doesn't mean that
Right,
I'm
but you made an impact, right?
Yeah,
Your
sure.
compensation may be other than monetary.
Other than finance. Okay, good. Yeah, then it definitely holds up. Okay, great.